Kathy Jacobs in Melbourne. Now to a backyard with broader significance. When Captain James Cook sailed past the far south coast of New South Wales and spied the shape of a camel in the folded hills, little did he know that Mount Dromedary, as he called it, had an Aboriginal spirit story dating back thousands of years. It's an area so important to the local Yuin people that the government eventually handed control of the area to traditional owners a decade ago. And as Craig Allen reports, it's a model of management that is being looked at closely by other national parks.
Gulaga Mountain rises as an unmissable landmark above the seaside town of Narooma on the New South Wales far south coast. A place of sublime beauty that captivates passing motorists and the intrepid bushwalkers who tackle its rainforest tracks.
A lot of people enjoy it for its natural beauty, and there's no doubting that it is a very beautiful place. From a cultural perspective, it's a sense of connectedness with this place. So I would place it on the spiritual. It's a spiritual place.
To the Yuin people, Gulaga is the mother mountain, and today Aboriginal rangers have brought us to its sacred heart, a place not often shown to the public.
Before we go in there, Kathy and Nadia and I will go in and feel the place out. This is a really special place that we're about to go into. There are healing rocks. I know there's a birthing rock, and I don't want to go to particularly the birthing area, but I want to go in and feel where's the most appropriate and comfortable place to do an interview.
We've got to use our third eye. If you don't use your third eye, you don't get the story, the Dreamtime story, and the Dreamtime story is in the rocks.
We walk into a natural cathedral of stone where ancient stories have been handed down through countless generations.
There are places that I won't take you into over there because they are significant and only for women to go into. But beyond that is women's ceremonial places, so this is as far as we'll go.
Indigenous ranger Gath Thomas explains why the Mother Mountain means so much to the Yuin people.
I guess it's just something that's so close to you, you know, like your mum or your dad or your grandma or your grandparents. If you're so close to them, you miss them, you know, when you're away from them. It's kind of like homesick, I guess. And that's what the mountain really does that to us. Yeah, sings us back. We could be anywhere in the world and this mountain would always sing us back.
Visitors might stumble across this place unaware of its sacred significance.
So this rock's, it's called our healing rock, and it actually brings out their, you know, all their bad energy that they carry, and yeah, it puts a lot of the good energy back in. I feel like, you know, it gives me the energy, you know, that I need to take on the world.
Do you feel your ancestors in that rock?
Yeah, it's very, very strong.
A decade ago, the New South Wales government recognised the importance of Gulaga and nearby Mumbala Mountain, formally handing over management to traditional owners.
The New South Wales Governor's proclamation that gives freehold title to the lands incorporating Biamanga and Gulaga.
The groundbreaking deal allowed Yuin representatives legal control over how Gulaga and Biamanga National Park were run. The New South Wales government now pays rent for the land, with proceeds put back into community programs like Indigenous training and employment.
I was a bit disconnected as a kid, and now coming back as an adult, it's I feel like I'm at home.
Returning the national parks to traditional ownership has had some unexpected spin-offs, including instilling a new sense of respect for the land.
But I've noticed since I started 7 years ago the difference with the way that people are treating the place, whereas I used to come up and there used to be rubbish and campfires and broken bottles and stuff, and people used to pick bits and pieces off the plants, but that's changed so much just in 7 years. a lot of the community are willing to chip people if they disrespect it and do things that they shouldn't now, because it's important to everybody. It's not just important to the Aboriginal community. Like Tilra itself are really protective of the mountain. They see it as their mountain as well.
But there are still some significant cultural hurdles to overcome.
There's another significant site in Biamanga National Park, which is similar to the Gulaga, which is called Mumbler Creek, and there's an issue there, particularly around swimming in the waterhole, which is sacred to Aboriginal people.
Mumbler Falls is the jewel of Biamanga National Park, further south near Bega.
It is a nice place for pleasure and leisure, but the important part is it was a part of the men's initiation process.
Public access to culturally sensitive sites like this has long been a source of friction. For now, though, it's about educating the public, not restricting access.
As far as I'm concerned, respect is you've got to respect the land and the land will respect you.
But the Indigenous management does allow for some unique land uses normally banned in national parks, like traditional hunting and gathering.
There are a lot of native bush tucker foods around this park. In a normal park that would be illegal to collect plant material, but in this park, if you're an Aboriginal owner and you get permission from the board, then you can come and do that sort of thing. Guns cannot be used. They'd have to use traditional methods for hunting.
It's a model of management that other park services are watching with interest. But those involved here say they've got further to go yet.
I believe that it's a stepping stone for possibly self-determination into the future.
For the Yuin people, it's been a decade-long introduction to the bureaucratic fronts of national park management. But crucially, it's heralded a new era of revitalisation for a once vanishing culture.
Especially young people, because they don't know their culture. It's starting to get lost. And this is what this place is all about, sharing. And and there's so much to learn from.
Craig Allen reporting. The rugby league season's in full swing again and